Greetings, it's Iain from RTO. Right, before we start, I have got the windows open because it's just far too hot. I mean, it's reasonably early in the morning. It's 19 degrees and it's not even 8 o'clock. Hence why I'm recording early, because it's the coolest part of the day. Anyway, so they might get cars and all sorts in the background today. So today we've got a viewer's request, and for me this was going down a rabbit hole because I'd only ever heard one song by this band. So this is what I like about doing viewers requests, because I usually go and tackle something that I don't know much about. So the band we're talking about is System of a Down. Now they're an Armenian-American heavy metal band formed in Glendale, California in 1994. Now, since 1997, the band has consisted of founding members. Now, my pronunciations will probably be wrong. We've got, I think, Serge Tankian on lead vocals, Darren Malakan on lead vocals and guitar, Chavo O'Dajain on bass. They've got John Dolman on drums, who replaced the original drummer Andy Kratchaturian. They've had apparently they've had a very successful career. 5 studio albums, #1 albums, Grammy Award nominations, and the band has sold over 12 million records worldwide. Now, for a band that I don't know much about, that's pretty good. So this is a true honest of a band that I don't know. Now, if you don't think, you've got that wrong, it's only what I hear. And this is always not serious. It's supposed to be entertaining and fun. So, as I said, they're 5 albums. So this is how I saw it. So, coming in at number 5 is their debut album from 1998, System of a Down. So we've got Serge, Darren, Chavo and John. Vocals, keyboards, guitars, bass and drums respectively. So the first track is called Sweet Pea, as in a suite, a bedroom suite, and pea as in you know what. It's very, very disjointed. It seems it's 3 or 4 bits thrown together that I didn't know what to do with. There's a little growls in it which I can get to, but I just found it too disjointed. Then we have a track called No. I do like this track. I think the drumming on this is pretty impressive. The riffs are good, but I don't like the vocal. It's more of a shout and a speedy up thing, and really funny, but I just don't see the fascination of it. But each to their own. I've got no problem with it. They're making money and fans like it, so there we go. Then we have Sugar, good little rocker. I like this bass line though, from Chavo, really good bass line. Then we have Suggestions, which is probably the best track on here. I love how it starts with the acoustic guitar sprinkled with very heavy riffs. Excellent. Spiders, a really good track, I was saying. I love the bass again. The vocals are on this is fantastic as well, and the drumming from John is super. D-Devil. Yeah, this is a short thing, and it just 3 or 4 ideas again just put down together. It doesn't flow very well, I'm afraid. Then we get a little track called Soil. The drums sound a little bit tinny, considering the rest of the album. The drums sound solid, but that sounds too tinny for me, although the guitar work is okay. Then we have War. I just don't like it. It's just loads of noise. Doesn't do nothing for me. Mind? I sometimes wonder, this is what I wrote, I sometimes wonder, is it just shouting or singing because it's not in tune? Yes, Peep Hole, bass and drums really good on that. And then we got Cubit, a short, sharp track. I'd find the little off-key sort of guitar solo, I don't know what its purpose, its shirts was, but there we go. Then we have Darts. Right, I wouldn't say, yeah, that's killer. Then we have a track called Pluck, and Pluck means politically line unholy cowardly killers, noisy and disjointed. A real mixed bag here. There are some songs on there I thought, oh, they're well put together, and then I thought, there's bits of songs. There's not much continuity on this album, so I should give it an RTO ranking of 5.5. Okay, coming in at number 4, their second album from 2001, Toxicity. We've got Serge of vocals and keyboards and guitars, Darren guitar, Chavo bass, John on the drums, and we've got additional musicians. We've got additional vocals from Arto, Tum Boykanan and Mark Mandoon strings. Prison Song is the opening track. I really struggled with this. Although the track flows, I just think it's the style of singing that I just don't like. Needles, some great drumming on that. I like a good drum. That's alright. Dear Dance, I found it a little bit over the place. It doesn't flow very well. It's very disjointed. But there are some nice little noodlings on the guitar. Jet Pilot. I mean, I'll give this, I'll give them respect, although this is not my cup of tea. Very good to perform. That I can't fault them for their musicianship and professionalism, but it's just not for me. X, I think this is a bit better, and sometimes it's very short and sharp, but it's very powerful. Now the next one is my favourite, and it's probably the only song I know by them, and it's Chop Suey. I think this is quite fun. I mean, I remember hearing it for the first time. I think the way the drumming and the vocal, it really works. It's quite different. Then we get Bounce, lots of energy in that. That's what I'll say. They give it all. Not my cup of tea, but I can't fault them for putting a fine performance on that. Forest, vocals a little bit not very coherent, but there's some great musicianship on here. The guitar work on this is pretty good. I like that. Then we have ATWA, Air, Trees, Water, Animals. A good track. I like the structure of this one. Nice singing on it, good. It's a really good track. Science, second favourite track on here. It's very melodic. It's got some nice riffs, good vocals, solid track. Shimmy. Now, I do find some of the tracks just sound the same with just different words, and that's one of them. Toxicity. The start of it is just like Chop Suey. It's a pretty good track. I don't mind that one. Psycho. Love the bass on it. Vocal is quite unique, but it's okay. Then Aerials. I like this track. Singing on this is great. And then we've got Arto, featuring Arto to whatever his name is. Very mystique, and I think it goes back to their cultural Armenian roots. Very clever how they've done that. So that was the last track. I think they've improved on their debut album, structurally especially, but I think the best tracks come after Chop Suey. They're really starting to form a formula there, so I should give that one an RTO ranking of 6.5. Coming in at number 3 is the fourth album from 2005, Mezmerize. So you got Serge, Darren, Chavo and John. First track is called Soldier Slide Intro. A little harmony singing. It's really good. Which goes into BYOB. Really good. They've started to get a good structure. I don't mind that. Revenger. Now this is brilliant. This is the best track on the album. I love the drumming from John. Some great riffs in this. Very powerful. Cigaro, really good, but the vocal in the middle of it is trying to compete with the guitar riff. It's different, and it works. in places, but some places it didn't. Then we have radio video, which is totally different. I think it's quirky. It's got some nice guitar on it. I don't mind that. This cocaine makes me feel like I'm on this song. Good. Even though the speeding up singing it. I mean, to sing like that, or if you call it singing, it's a skill in itself. Doesn't lose their place. Very good. And then we got violent pornography. It's all right. I wouldn't say it's good. I did like the bit in the middle where the two of them are singing. I don't know how they can do it, but they did it very well. Question, another good track. The singing on that is very solid. Sad Statue, excellent track. Love the singing in the middle, excellent. Old School Hollywood, a good track, a great bass line. The guitars sound good on that as well. Lost in Hollywood, one of the most melodic tracks I've ever heard System of a Down do. Awesome harmony singing on it, it's really good. Now this isn't a bad album. I quite like listening to this one. Every track has something different about it, and I've got a more polished sound now, so I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 6.6. Okay, then coming in at number 2, the third album from 2002, Steel, same lineup. We've got additionals. We've got Arto to Boy Canyon again on vocals, on Bubbles, and Greg Collins on theremin on Ego Brain. So the first track is called Chicken Stew. I love the lyrics on this. They're quite fun. Great delivery, sounds really good. I like that. Innovision, another solid track with some fantastic drumming on. Then we got one of my second favourite track on here called Bubbles. I think this is just good pure metal. Just a solid track. Boom, a great bass line with a total like boom it needs to be. The drumming's good and I love the vocal delivery. My favourite track on here is a thing called New Guns. I think it's got a bit in the middle. It's got a lovely, goes back to their heritage and traditional sounds of Armenian folk songs. It's really clever how they incorporate that on that track. Then we've got ADD, American Dream Denial. The guitar work is good. The vocal delivery is very good as well. It's an excellent track. Then we get Mr. Jack, another good track. The bass and the guitars are excellent on that. There's a good vocal as well. Then we have this thing called IEAOA. AIO. Oh dear, it's a strange track, but they've mastered this sort of really fast dialect sort of thing. You know, they've got it down to a T, and this is the best I've seen. And I think again, it goes back to them Armenian roots. 36. Yes, it's 46 seconds. I don't know what that's all about. They just cram so much in that, and it's just a bit stupid, really. Pictures, great bass line, and then the drum comes in and goes off at 100 miles an hour, and everyone's playing catch-up. So it's not the best of songs. Highway Song. Now, you wouldn't think you'd get harmony singing like this on heavy metal, heavy hard rock, but you do, and it's really good. Okay, next track, excuse the French, it's called Fuck the System. Unnecessary overuse of the F word, really. Didn't need that. Then we get Ego Brain, another of my favourites. The theremin in a heavy metal song. Excellent. Theta Waves, the only good thing about this is the guitar solo. Roulette, a gentle track I've heard from this band. It's quite nice. It's got some strings in it as well, which is pretty good. Streamline, a great vocal, some nice guitar. Good track to end the album. This is really good. You know, they nearly got it on Toxicity, but this, they really did get it. There are some excellent tracks on. There's more good tracks on here than ones I'm not keen on. So I really did enjoy listening to this album. So I should give it an RTO reckon of 7 out of 10. But my number one album and it's their fifth and final album from 2005, Hypnotize. Same lineup. So the first track is Attack. Good little opening track, lots of energy, a real ripping vocal as well. I like that. And then Dreaming. Now this is probably my favourite track I've ever heard by System of a Down. It's melodic, and then you get this rolling drum. It's a really super track. Then we got Kill Rock and Roll. I think this is the nearest they have got to making a commercial song. I think it's quirky, it's got some great vocal, and the riffs are really good. The title track, Hypnotize. I love how this changes tempo about halfway through. John takes it somewhere else. The guitar work follows suit as well. Stealing Society, a nice melodic rock track. Really good, I like that one. Tentative, another pretty solid track. Great little noodlings on there and some great drumming. You Fig, another track that sort of changes tempo halfway through the song without missing a beat. Really good how they do that. Holy Mountains, another great track. The bit in the middle where you get the drums and the guitar go off and do a little bit of frenzy stuff. It's brilliant solo on that. The Vicinity of Obscenity. I love the start of this. I like the little tap on the drums, on the rims, and then the guitars come in. It's got a really good kick to it. She Likes Heroin. Sorry. It's very operatic metal, which is interesting. The drums sound great on this. Really good. Lonely Day. There's some gentle bits in here. I love all the sort of gentle bits before the heavy stuff comes in. Then we got Soldier, the last track, Soldier Side. The guitar work, the harmonies on these vocals are super, and it's got a bit of that Armenian folk sound to it as well. Yeah, this is definitely, the last album is definitely the best. You know, they've really crafted a sound from there. Still got their roots, but they've developed them roots. I think there's some great playing on here, and I love that little bit of Armenian feel folk to it as well. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.3. So there we go. System of a Down, a band that I don't know much about, and after spending a lot of time listening to them, they're okay. I'm sure there's a greatest hits album out there, and if I see one I will get it, because you know they have got some good tracks. So I really did enjoy doing that. It's a little bit different for me. Okay, coming up next is Retro Ranking, and we're back into the slippers and the smoking the older pipe with Dex's Midnight Runners on more familiar territory. So we'll be looking at my favourite songs by Dex's Midnight Runners. Bye for now.